What's your view on kind of the traditional side of the industry and this sort of new thing that's happening and these new people?
I think it's a mix of exciting and scary, and I've just come back from Filex in Australia actually with Bill Moore and the team down there, and I observed the same thing. So they had a massive show, very impressive expo, open to the public as well, and I saw this in full flight. So I'd go to the lectures during the day, and that would be all the industry, seniors like myself, and that lecturing to all the people who've come from classic clubs. And then when I went to the show, some of these brands from within the industry would be doing their stuff up on the main stage, and there'd be a few people there. But then some influencer, who you and I have never heard of, but our children would know, waltzes in, and there are just thousands of people everywhere. So we're definitely seeing a shift from instructor to influencer. So anyone who's got 500,000 people on Instagram, or they're on a YouTube channel that's very successful, they're certainly beginning to guide the trends a lot. And also you're getting people lifestyling. I feel at the moment we've got a lot of brands that are actually trying to come into each other. So we've got the health sector, we've got the fitness sector, we've got the boutique sector, some of which is from within the industry, some of which is without. And then you've got other people just randomly, the yoga movement coming back in, which hasn't necessarily sat within fitness. So they've had their own conventions and yoga journals and things. So I think there's many examples of businesses sort of trying to climb into the general space of lifestyle. But I would agree with you, I'd say a lot of the influence is coming from outside the industry. However, we have the know-how, do you know what I mean? And we've got the equipment, and we've got some of that stuff. So when it can all come together, I think that's sort of a happy medium. But it's going to become a competitive space, and you and I were talking just before, we're about to get the big guys sort of come into as well. I know Apple have just launching their gym kit in Canada very shortly, for example.
What's that gym kit now?
So there's a way that all the technology that Apple's been developing, they've got HealthKit, obviously they've been watching and tracking our behaviour for a very long time, and I think there's a way for that to actually work in sync with all the equipment and in the way that people exercise within a club.
Right.
So I think, and they will obviously launch what the full meaning of that is, but they're definitely beginning to make some strong moves into health and wellness.
Right.
We know that, I just saw yesterday, Warren Buffett, for example, has announced, his company is going to be coming into the healthcare sector as well. We know that Google is listening and watching and, again, tracking all the behaviour, because we know that system is broken, and we know that someone's going to need to serve our needs in that way. And I think in the next couple of years there'll be some massive change. I expect that there'll be an Uber moment, in the sense that a lot of the pain that we feel around price and convenience and can't be covered and all of those things are going to be solved by someone who's got the money and has got the data to be able to guide those, what they deliver to us.